The transformation of Nigeria's agriculture sector appears to be in progress as the first crop processing zone has been launched in Kogi State. Now, at the launch, the Minister for Agriculture and Development, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, reiterated the government's resolve to make agriculture not just a wealth-creating business, but also a way of life for farmers. The minister explains that the crop processing zone is aimed at the storage and processing of cassava and starch.
Nigeria's agriculture minister arriving in company of some American investors to Obajana airstrip in Kogi State. He is received by the state's executive council members, led by the governor of the state. His mission here is to spread the gospel of the federal government's agriculture transformation, aimed at making agriculture a more lucrative business.
His Excellency Mr. President launched the agricultural transformation agenda. And that agenda is to make agriculture a business, not a way of life. Our farmers that are doing agriculture must have money like everybody else. We cannot grow poverty with agriculture. We must create wealth. And all of our rural areas need a facelift, don't they? The only way we can get a facelift for them is to grow agriculture as a business.
For the governor, the state is blessed with a type of soil that enables cassava grow unhindered.
The Kogi State Stable Crop Processing Zone is focused on cassava transformation. And here in Alape is the first of such stable crop processing zone to be established in Nigeria. It will empower a lot of our farmers, it will bring development to this area, it will bring wealth to this part of our state, in fact, to all of Kogi State and Nigeria.
On behalf of the American investors, Americonic says his group will tap into the abundant potentials in the state to make Nigeria a net exporter of food.
Federal believes in improving agricultural production can bring benefits to farmers and to communities, as well as contribute to the deployment of greater global food security system, which is very important these days as we go toward to 2050 to the 9 billion people. And I personally remain convinced, I mentioned this yesterday to the governor, that Carlos is convinced that Africa will be part of the solution for the world.
The projection is that with proper supervision, the crop processing zone will provide jobs for about 8,000 people, a projection that the people of the state hope will be actualized.
Now, the governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Fashola, has been speaking about his administration's achievements in 2013, particularly with respect to budget performance. Giving a breakdown of the performance after a meeting with state officials, Governor Fashola attributed the success recorded to the completion of the 87.5 billion naira bond issued in the last quarter, as well as the execution of projects in the state.
Recall of the first quarter performance of 61%, the second quarter performance of 83%, the third quarter performance of 70%, which at that time gave us an aggregate January to September performance at the end of quarter three of 71%. And I promised you then that we were going to ramp up in the final quarter. We are now reporting a 125% performance for quarter four standing in isolation. And this you will understand from the completion of the bond. And also at the time, as I said, there was a lot of work that we had done when we had revenue shortfalls that we hadn't paid for, and also work that we concluded towards the end of the year. So when you accumulate all of that together, you will find that we are able and happy to report an 85% budget performance. Is a slight dip of about 4% against our performance for the year 2012, which was 89%. But I think overall that we have moved away now from 70%. We are now sitting comfortably in the 80s, and I think this is good for public service delivery. not only for Lagos, and I'm sure that it will benchmark standards on a national scale as we go forward.
First Bank, truly the first.
We're moving straight on to business news, and here's Adeshola Josh. Adeshola.
Well, thank you very much. In business news tonight, lending rates at the interbank closed the week at an average of 10.3% under pressure from a surge in cash supply from matured debt notes. On Thursday, the central bank repaid about 419 billion naira in special open market operation debt notes and 158 billion naira in treasury bills. The secured open buyback closed at 10.15%, which is 1.85 percentage points lower than the central bank's benchmark rate. Overnight placement dropped to 10.25%, while call money closed at 10.5%. Decisions made at the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee meeting on Monday and Tuesday next week will likely give direction to Nigeria's debt market, though yields at the long end of the curve could inch up as local investors opt for treasury bills. At its last meeting in November 2013, the committee held interest rates steady at 12%, but warned that factors including the reduction in U.S. monthly monetary stimulus, which many investors had used to buy higher yielding assets such as Nigeria's, may further tighten monetary conditions. Bond yields have been climbing since the start of the year, while strong demand from pension funds has brought down treasury bill yields. Nigeria's Debt Management Office sold 45 billion naira each in 3-year and 30-year bonds this week. Nigeria's all-share index appreciated by 0.03% to close Friday's session at 41,751 points at the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Bisi Koka has more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Markets Reports. The local bourse wrapped up trading activities for the week in positive territory as the all-share index appreciated by 0.03% to 41,751.51 points. Market capitalization remained at 13.36 trillion naira. UACN was Friday's best performer with a 1 naira gain ahead of Flour Mills of Nigeria and Guarantee Trust Bank. Stocks that failed to appeal to investors include Nestle, Forte Oil and Julius Berger. Transnational Corporation of Nigeria emerged the most active stock as investors exchanged over 17 million units. When trading came to a close for the week, 5,825 deals were traded and valued at 4.37 trillion naira. And that's a wrap on the stock market reports. I am Bisi Koka.
Well, thank you, BC. Meanwhile, the close of trade at the Nigerian stock market witnessed, of course, a positive breath for equities. Market volume surpassed the previous record of 8.02%, while the market's year-to-date performance stands at 1.02%. Stockbrokers affirmed that although the small-cap stocks were seen to be making more gains, equity performed below expectations.
Will be upstanding for the closing prayers.
Prudential was one of the best gainers today. That's an offshoot of UBA, it's our registrars, and they are registrars from a financial services sector stock. I just concluded a rights offer, and they are also looking very good compared to the price of the offer anyway. I wouldn't say there were much of gainers today, but many stocks have been playing very well, and Transcorp and Oando have really dominated the market this week. And I will say that they are also looking good because the results on the market see on Oando is quite good, and Transcorp seems to be everybody's yes buy for now. But today has been quite bullish. That shows that there is a precipice of bullishness coming up in the market in the near future.
Royal Dutch Shell has warned that its fourth quarter 2013 figures are expected to be significantly lower than recent levels of profitability. The oil giant issued the profit warning after it made less money than expected in the final quarter of 2013. The company said in a statement, quote, it now expects profits for the quarter to be about $2.2 billion and the profits for 2013 as a whole to be $16.8 billion. Profits for 2013 are expected to be down significantly on 2012 when it made $27.2 billion. Shell said its profit in the fourth quarter were hurt by a range of factors including higher exploration costs, security problems in oil-rich in Nigeria, and maintenance work that hit oil and gas production. That's Business News Tonight. The News at 10 continues in a moment.